Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rachakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone rule well, as well as double honor to their elders. Peace and blessings to 144,000 prisoners in this world without truth and sincerity, as well as peace and blessings to all the believers of Yahweh Shai. And I was really, fine with a topic to go into. I know it's so much going on right now. I had many topics, but just couldn't settle down. My spirit settled down on one topic, but finally got to one. We're just gonna go into the prophecy of the mark of the beast. Especially with all these other groups, bucking up against the true breakdown of it. The mark of the beast, simply put, is the RFID microchip. You got other camps, Wi-Fi, the IUIC, ICPK, saying everything under the sun that it's not. This is a prophecy that's it's a life or death. Because if you take that mark, this is the judgment behind it. Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and the beast is NATO and the EU, which America is a part of that, and the image of the beast goes back into the image of the Western Roman Empire. There's the way they ran their government, their society. Everything about the Roman Empire. America is nothing but a photocopy of it, and the same things are happening today. So from the topic in Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, and that mark, once again, is the RFID microchip. Going to that word mark here, it's charagma, G5480, charagma. Under outline of biblical usage, it says thing carved, sculpture, graven work, letting you know this is something that's physical. It's not a spiritual thing, you see, because these are physical things you have to do. If you're carving, a piece of wood, or you're sculpting, or making a graven work, with some rock, hammer and chisel. So going to the root word from Karag, we have G5482, Karax. Under outline of biblical usage, it says a pill or stake, a palisade, and this is representative of the syringe, or that delivery instrument they're going to use to put that grain of rice within people. Then you have G1125, the root word from Karax, which is grapho. Under outline of biblical usage, it says definition 2:4, to write to one, i.e. by writing, to give information, directions. And this is the part of that microchip that's going to hold all, everything you can put in your wallet, your ID, driver's license, your medical records, biometrics, your facial scan, fingerprints, all that stuff, can be contained within that microchip. And which I got a video I'm gonna play. But going back, this is the judgment, for getting that mark. Revelation 14:9 again from the top. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, you got different companies with that chip in your hand, as well as Neuralink being the poster child, Elon Musk company for these brain computer interfaces. It says the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. You have to feel the righteous anger of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, by way of, it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And Yahweh Shai is that Lamb. He was coming back with the heavenly host to shoot fire and brimstone upon this place, by way of laser beams, and as well as 200 million nuclear warheads falling upon the soils of America. You land this place, as a lake of fire, So that's how they're going to feel the righteous anger of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai for taking that mark. But I got this video here from TikTok I had seen a while back, and I saved it. And I remember Elder Yashawamba had played this video on one of his lessons. He brought it out before. These Edomites over in Honduras, it's just a damn. Let's read this title here. It says, inside the illegal billionaire paradise with its own laws. So, these billionaire Edomites over there in Honduras, just they doing whatever the hell they want to. Putting chips in their body, just experimenting, probably doing all kind of other, weirdo stuff. And I'm pretty sure there's more places around the earth, that's things like this is happening. But let's play a little bit of the video. You can Google it for yourself. Just type in Prosper microchip implant, and you can get some videos to come up of it. Well, let's play a little bit of it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially beginning our exploration of Prospera by meeting the man who emailed us. And so far, the people that we've met, most of them don't know what it is.
Hack on a bunch of different things. So we have here some technologies, for instance, that are being used for implantation. So if you want to have, chips in your body to measure different things, you can. That's developed here.
Wait, what? Chips in your, like you put it like in?
Correct. There will be a guy who will do it later today, I believe, and they will get an implantation here.
Can we film that?
You can, yeah, of course.
I'm Quinn, nice
How
to
you
meet
doing?
you.
I'm Thomas. Nice to meet
Thomas?
Stefan.
So this is the Make DIY Makerspace. It's a community lab and makerspace, so there's a lot of companies that use the facilities here. I work for 2 different companies. Both are implanted cybernetics companies. So we make implants for humans.
Do you have one?
I do. I've got 4 implants right now, and we're actually
4?
This one on my hand. It's like a little grain of rice-sized chip. Scan my hand, and it goes right to my website. And then my favorite implant is my magnet in my finger. So I have a titanium encased magnet, and I can sense electromagnetic fields. I can tell you by running my hand along like a laptop power brick. I can tell you if it's working or not. Also a great party trick. I can fix.
And that's all I play of it. But as you can see, Esau is all into it. And get into it, Esau. Take it, put as many chips in your body as you want to. Go get an antenna too, But for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you ought to stay away from this technology, And don't take it because you will be destroyed, as I read in, Revelation 14, 9, and 10. Let's go to it in Revelation 13 and 16. Start to wind it down. Yeah, just a quick hit going into it. Revelation 13 and verse 15 it says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast." And once again, this he is speaking of NATO and the EU, which makes up the beast. America's part of NATO. America's that great horde that's riding the beast, telling it where to go. Revelation 13 and 15, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Once again, that image going back to the system of the Western Roman Empire. The same system of government is happening today, through America. Just another similarity, the whole 2-party system, the Democrats and Republicans, that goes back to ancient Rome. The plebeians, which were the Democrats, and the patricians, which would be the Republicans of today. So Revelation 13 and 15 get from the top. "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed." So for not bowing down to this system, not taking that mark, eventually it's going to come down to people are going to be physically killed, as well as separated from society. That's what that word "killed" goes into. G615 apoktaino. Under outline of biblical usage, it says to kill in any way, whatever. And then the root word apo, G575, under outline of biblical usage, it says definition 2 of separation of a part from the whole. You see that in Esau's different movies. People live in those dystopian movies where people gotta live off grid, underground, in the subways. They can't be a part of normal society because that the social credit score didn't meet up or whatnot. And in this case, people are not gonna be able to participate in society unless they got that microchip within them. You're not gonna have access to many things. Even simply access to the train stations or whatnot. I see in videos all of that. How to. Let me see. Is it in New York? The New York subway systems, the new doors they're putting up or whatnot. Let me see. I'm trying to. How should I word it? New gate. Yeah, that's what I should say. The gate to get in. Yeah. See, they got these new gates to get in, and eventually, it's already set up. They putting everything in place. For the mark. In order for you to get in, you got to scan your chip. That's what people do. You scan your phone or whatever they got to do to get in. Eventually, it's gonna be all right. Just put your hand here. They're conditioning the people. Gradualism. But going back to Revelation 13 and Revelation 13 and 15 again, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So everybody, no matter who you are in society, you're high in society or you're low, you have money, you don't, you living a so-called free life outside this man's, prison and jail systems. Everybody's going to have to, upon the planet, this is the global prophecy. He wants everybody to receive a chip within them. You see? We already went to that word mark, which goes to charagma, a physical etching, they want to do. And the root word charax and grapho. So verse 16 again, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So unless you got that chip within you, you're not going to be able to buy and sell. You're not going to be able to do anything within this man's society. You ain't going to be able to go to the hospital and get your wounds patched up, You're not going to get in the door, as showed these pictures. They might have, access like this outside of all doors, Well, you might call the ambulance to come pick you up when they get there. They're like, okay, where's your chip at? Like, we got to scan your chip. We can't put you on the back of this ambulance, We can't give you no help, We don't know. We need to know your blood type or what to do or whatnot. We got to scan your chip. That's the way, things are headed. So going back to Revelation 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast. And the name simply is going into having that mark within you. Now you have the name of Esau Edom upon you. You made him your God and master. Instead of Yahweh by Shemiah Shai being sealed with that the spiritual mark, the Tawah, being exempt from judgment, being being sealed with his knowledge and the faith of Yahweh Shai. And I brought this out, we be at that number, Verse 17, one more time, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 60 and 6. 666. 60, a score by itself is 20. 3 times 20 is 60. So 660 and 6. And you see this number all throughout this damn devil kingdom. And he put it all in the logos. Like this, look at the Microsoft Edge as well as the the Google Chrome logo. They like 3 6s right there in the middle of it. But you'll see that number on the back of going into the universal product code on the back of that barcode on the back of all your products. 666 is contained within that. The left guard bars, the center bars, and the right guard bars. 666. And that'll be contained within the microchip as well. So let's end it off here in Revelation 3 and 10. Revelation 3 and verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and this is red letter Yahweh speaking, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So in patience, because we've kept the word of Yahweh by Shemiah Shai's patience, suffering and enduring, keeping his faith and doing the work, Yahweh Shai said he's going to keep us during this hour of temptation. And the hour of temptation is going into when the mark of the beast is pushed, globally around the world, is made mandatory, in which that could be happening very soon, What's the guy's name? Let me just bring it up right quick. Who said, I don't know if that's how you spell his name or not, but yeah, when he said mandatory digital ID in the UK starting January 2026. Let's go to a short video here.
Too easy for people to come here. For too many years, it's been too easy for people. Government will make a new, I am announcing, this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
See, that's the future. You're not gonna be able to work, without having that digital ID. You're not gonna be able to work if eventually it's gonna come down to if you don't have that chip within you. You're not gonna be able to work, buy and sell. You're not gonna be able to participate in society. Period. So going Revelation 3:10 again. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And you go into that word world is oikumene, meaning the whole inhabited earth. Everybody upon the planet. This is a global prophecy. You know. We'll end it off at verse 11. Verse 11, Revelation 3:11, it says, Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Hold on to this truth. Hold on to the faith that this gift of faith that Yahweh Bashem Yahshua has given us. You see, we already have the victory. We can't. So don't let any these false prophets out here, confuse you. Tell you something that's not right, or these unbelievers out here, try to make you doubt in Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. Man, we have the victory. That America's about to be destroyed and the elect is about to be saved. Lord willing, we be at that number. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and those, a great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings to 144,000, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. Shalom.